Alright, in this tutorial we're going to show you how to change a window regulator or window motor in a 98 to 2002 Honda Accord 2-door coupe. We'll be doing the left driver's side this time. You can use this tutorial for the passenger side as well. It's pretty much the same steps, but we'll be doing on the driver's side since this is the more common one that goes out. Alright, these are the tools you'll be needing to do this job. Your standard flathead screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, a ratchet, maybe a little bit of an extension. You probably need a 6-inch, not a 3-inch, so we have a 6-inch here, and then your 10mm socket. Alright, your first step into doing this is get your Phillips screwdriver. There's a screw here and there's another one here in this pocket. We'll start with this one. We'll start with the upper one first. So you get your Phillips screwdriver. Your screw might not be exposed because there's supposed to be a little plastic cover that covers that up. For some reason this car is missing it, and so I'll show it to you a little bit more close up when I pull this handle out. But first things first, pull this screw out, set it aside, and then what you need to do is to pull this handle out. It's actually there's two little hooks back there that hook into the door. So what you need to do is slide the handle this way towards the car to unhook it. I'll show you the hooks in the back. And see, I unhooked it, and there are these hooks right here, and there they go inside the door. That's why you need to push the handle that way to pull it out. And so once you get this to this step, you'll see an electrical connector here on the right side, and then there's the rod that connects it to the actuator. There's a little clip that holds that thing in there. What you're gonna need to do is you need to slide that clip up. So get your screwdriver. You'll see you just need to push it up because it swings open. So you need to swing it open like that. See how now it's swung open? And that will actually let you pull this rod out of that hole. And now all you got left is just to disconnect this electrical connector. You just push down on that tab, pull straight out, and that's how you remove this handle. Alright, the next step, just get your Phillips screwdriver again. The other mounting screw is in this pocket right here. So you get your tool on there, and you just back it out. Usually there is no cover on this one, but a lot of the times there's a lot of dirt and grit and grime and hair and all kinds of stuff covering up this bolt, so it's pretty nasty. But that's what you do, you get this one out of there. Alright, next step is to get your flat screwdriver. If you look at the top right corner of the door panel, there's a circle clip. Get your flat screwdriver and just get under there. Just pop it out. There's really nothing else to do with that one. Just pull it out, set it aside. And your next step is you really don't need a screwdriver for this one. We're gonna get this plastic cover off here. You grab it up here at the top corner, pull back until it, you hear the clip pop. And there should be another one on this side. There we go. See, 2 pressure clips that just go right into these holes. And so you just grab it from the top corner, pull back, and then pull this one out. It comes right out. Once you got this out, you get your handle out, you got all those screws out. Now you're pretty much, the panel's just held in there with some clips. So what you want to do is grab it here, top right corner, just pop it out like that. You'll hear the clips pop out of its spots. Just pull them out like that. Grab it from the bottom. Don't pull too far back out on it because there's still electrical connectors connecting this and the light. So you just want to pop it out until it's about like that. That's where you want it to be. And so once you get it to about here, what you need to do is on the left side of the door panel, you need to actually lift that side of it up first before you can get it out. And so because of the lock rod over here, so what you want to do is lift this side up And so you'll have the door panel at an angle, and then you could actually just slide the door panel that way and it'll come out like that. Don't pull it back all the way because there's still a lot of electrical connectors on the back side connecting the switch to the panel. So just get it about that so you can get your hands down in there and start to unplug some of those things. And we'll do that in the next step. Alright, first thing to do, once you get the door panel out this much, you'll have one connected here. You have your little light down there and you disconnect those. It's a little pressure, little piece tab right here. Push down on that tab and then plug should come straight out. Gives you a little bit more access to pull the panel out. You got your little switch, a little light here. Just twist that one. Just a twist in, twist out. You just want to twist it out. Twist back in, twist it back out. Pull it out, leave it to the side. Then you can go down here on the main switch. There's quite a bit of them here. There's a little tab here. On all the connectors there's a tab you need to push down and then pull out. Let me show you this tab. It's right here. So you get your fingers in there, push down on that and then pull out. There's another one here. Same concept. Here's a tab. Right there. Just push down on that tab. Pull out. There's one more here in the back. Same tab. Push down on the tab and pull it out. And that will get all the electrical connectors off your panel, and you can actually set this aside and get into the window regulator. Alright, in this next step, what you need to do is get your 10mm socket with the ratchet and that extension. And let me show you where all the mounting bolts are for this regulator. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. There's 2 here. 1, 2. Don't worry about this. Your car will not have that. This is something with the aftermarket stereo that someone has put in this car, unless you have something similar, but don't worry about it. Yours shouldn't have anything like that in there. So you have 1 here, and 4 in the center, and that's from the outside. The window regulator is actually connected to the glass itself. So there's actually 2 bolts that mount the glass and the regulator together. One of them is exposed down here, right there. The other one, if you look back over here, there's 2 circles. 1 here and 1 here. It's actually you can see it only through here. So if you see the glass and what position I have the glass, I have it almost all the way down. It's about an inch and a half sticking out of the door. So you need to get the glass into this position before you can actually get to this screw. Because what will happen is, if the glass is further up, this rail here is actually sits behind the door and you can't get to that mounting screw. So you need the glass and the window regulator to be at this position. Alright, so one thing that I forgot to mention was your car will probably have a white bag that covers all of this. Someone's removed it. Here's like the fragments or whatever's left of that bag that they ripped out of here. It's this type of material. It's supposed to cover the whole thing. For some reason this car didn't have it, someone had ripped it out of there. So if yours does have it, don't worry about it. You just kind of peel it back and lift it up, or you can unmount it and get it out of the way, and you can have your door looking like this and start to work on it. What you have now is the first thing we need to get is the screw here that's mounted, that mounts the rail and the glass together, and there's one more over here. So what you want to do is unmount this one. You don't have to pull it out all the way. You can actually just back it out a little bit. Same with this side. Now this side is the tricky one, because if your regulator is frozen and it's frozen up in this position and the glass is halfway down or all the way down, you're not going to be able to get to this screw because this rail is going to be hidden behind the door. And so what you're going to end up having to do is, you got little holes here. You might have to get something short, maybe a smaller 10 on a ratchet or something, and try to fish your hands in there to get to it. Once I pull the regulator out, I'll pull the glass out and I'll show you how they mount together. And you know, sometimes, most of the times it's that way. It gets stuck behind here. You really can't get into there, so you're gonna have to fish the glass around and fish your hands in there to get to the mounting screws, which is always hard. And so this is what it'll look like on the inside when you get your hand, when you get it all exposed. This is that second bolt that's kind of hard to get to. It's right in that hole, right inside there. So you can get your 10mm socket, you ratchet on there, and loosen that bad boy up. You don't have to back it out all the way, just loosen it up a little bit and you're set. Alright, so once you got this screw and that one loosened up a little bit, what you need to do is, you see this rail down here at the bottom? You grab this rail and you gotta slide it away from the car. Slide it a little bit, and then you can actually pull back on it, pull the glass out. And see now, the glass, see here, the glass and the regulator are actually separated from each other. And so the glass moves up and down on its own. What you want to do at this point is you want to push the glass all the way up and grab some tape and tape it up so it doesn't come crashing down on you while you're working in there. So we'll do that now. All right, once you got the glass and the regulator unmounted from each other, what you want to do is you want to pull your glass straight up. And if you look on the left and on the right, it's actually in the little, I guess, slider or the running or whatever it runs up and down into this glass. So see, if I pull it to the left or right, it gets like this, it wobbles. What you need to do is actually pull the glass and push that way, and so it's nice and firm and straight, so it just goes, it runs up like it normally does. And you want it to, you know, sit evenly in all the seams. And so once you got the glass all the way up, get yourself a piece of tape, put some tape on the glass here, some on this side. Make sure it's some strong tape, you know. Don't put duct tape, because duct tape is pretty hard to get off the glass. I mean, it's pretty bad. Masking tape or painter's tape will be great, actually. So you put this so the glass doesn't come down while you're working down inside.